Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where, yeah, this looks bad, but it's because I just started up the game and our trade hasn't popped in yet. So let's let that populate in before we determine how bad our situation is here. And that'll be right about now. Okay, minus 37. That's not so bad. Army health going up, that's nice. And we could go for Starbase Cap, but I don't think that's really necessary right now. Fleet command limit is also not strictly speaking necessary. We're going to take the leader lifespan for now. That'll be okay. Cool. So with that underway, the real question becomes, when are we going to fight the Dystican Unity and or the Kelazon Republic? If you recall, the Kelazon Republic, they started claiming some of our systems at the end of the last episode. So we may end up fighting them. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting for sure. We're in a much better position to do that than we ever have been, but I do want to go ahead and hit this reinforce fleet button here. We do actually have additional naval cap that we can fill out, and that is something that we're very interested in doing right now. On our capital, we do require a job, and we're low on amenities. Can we distribute luxury goods here? We could. But we would require the consumer goods for that. We're currently negative on consumer goods, which is not necessarily great. We're going to go for an advanced research right now. But this bureaucratic center, I'm actually going to put in a civilian industry there. We're positive in energy credits for the moment, but we're going to continue building that up. And here, this is a tech world, and I would really prefer to keep it as a tech world. We are actually lacking a alloy generation building here. We'll maybe come back to that. Actually, I think we're just going to put in a city district here. That'll be fine for now. Cool. So we are also working on our defense platforms out over this way. And that's all well and good. I do want to work on getting our naval cap maxed out for the moment. So these two are maxed. The Topaz Suphite is also maxed out. Mega art installation, okay. The Ruby Suphite is needing a lot. The Zenek incorporators have gone away. Okay, that's fine. And this is going to be cruisers. Okay, so we're going to start working on the Ruby Suphite here. It's got some work to do. Defense platform damage is all well and good. I think we're going to go for, explosive weapon attack speed. We don't really use explosive weapons, so we're probably going to start skipping those. Let's go for the kinetic weapon attack speed for the moment. So if we look at the technology level of these guys, we're actually equivalent to them. They are superior to us in economy and fleet power, so that would be a little scary if they attacked us. The Dystican Unity, they're actually overwhelming to us in tech, so they've pulled ahead a little bit there. That's okay though. I'm not actually that scared of the Dystican Unity. Like I said, if no one else declares on us, given time, we will declare on the Dystican Unity. There's no doubt about that in my mind. This construction ship was out in Scott to construct the gateway, and that is absolutely something that it needs to be working on. The gateway out here is incredibly important. So let's get that going. Now, we do have a bunch more defense platforms to queue up out here, but I think that right now, we're dipping down again in our energy credits, so we'll need to work on that. But right now, I think our biggest concern is that we need to get all of our fleets up to their max level. So that is our current goal, and we'll continue reinforcing this fleet for the time being. Now, the Ruby Suphite is currently at Holden, and it should be fine there, in theory. We are eventually going to need leaders, but for right now, we're not too concerned about that. I'm just going to sell off a few minerals to keep us positive in the energy credits for the moment. Although, technically hitting 0 on energy credits isn't necessarily the worst thing, although it will turn off some of our buildings, which is probably not what we want. This bureaucratic center requires a planetary capital. We'll go ahead and put that in. And nothing else being required over here for the time being. Okay. We're continuing to go down month after month here. Okay. I mean, we don't have any trade to grab at this point. So that's fine. Flash coolant. Cool. So we're going to go for energy weapon damage next. I do want to hop into our edicts here. I would like to drop fleet supremacy, probably. Yeah, we should drop fleet supremacy. However, that will cost 14 influence to drop it. So for right now, we can't do that, but that will reduce our ship cost by over 150. A 10% reduction to our ship maintenance cost. That'll also drop the alloy maintenance cost, which will be a pretty big deal as well. This agri world here, we could go to an energy nexus and get an additional energy credit from jobs. We would be potentially short on exotic gases. Actually, we wouldn't be. This wouldn't be hugely efficient, though, and I would prefer to go to a system capital complex for right now. On this bureaucratic center, we can, however, put in an energy grid. Fantastic. So we'll do that and continue to work up our energy credits. That'll be fine. On this tech world here, we could really use a research institute. That's not an option at this exact moment. I'm actually just going to put in a generator district there for now. We may reassess that later. Okay, so what might we... Wait, wow, words. What might we want here? None of these are amazing. We're going to go for the army health for this exact moment. And speaking of army health, we should send our army back to Havensky and probably buff up its size a little bit. We're a little concerned about energy credits, so that's not in exactly this moment situation. So we'll continue to think about that. The Ruby Sufite. Ah. Why are we voting on this? This is the second time this has happened. What association do we have with these guys? I don't know. I'm gonna vote no. I don't want to go to war with them. Okay, cool. I don't know why they want us to vote, but sure. We're not going to do that. We want to fight the Justican Unity if we're going to fight anybody. That would be the ideal scenario. But we will continue to reinforce the Ruby Sufite. And that's going to be cruisers and a billion corvettes. Cool. So not destroyers, even though we do need a bunch of destroyers here still. Fascinating. And it's also not building the Titan. So that'll take some time to max that out. That's okay. Now, we are building a habitat over in Havensky, and that is intended to be a generator habitat. That's 70% done, so that's wonderful. Our energy credits are continuously getting worse. And that's to be expected to a large degree. But we need to boost up our production of them. There's no doubt about it. Now, we could go for additional trade, and I just want to double check our trade policy. Yeah, we're on wealth creation, so this is completely fine. No problem whatsoever there. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and automatically sell off somewhere around, like... Oh, hello, a gateway in Kimithar? Sure. I'm going to go ahead and automatically sell off, like, 400 minerals per month. There we go. Now we're positive. Beautiful. Loader efficiency has finished up. Let's go for the cheapest here, which would be actually defense platform hull points, which is really not too bad at all. Barzoon Gateway is now done as well, so that is wonderful. We're super, super glad to see that. Okay, so all of our shipyards have actually finished up. And yeah, we're bulking this up. We're up to 49 out of 50 corvettes here. Cool. So we're going to reinforce that, and that builds 1 corvette and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 destroyers. Not bad. Not bad at all. We do still need a couple cruisers, and we're going to need more destroyers than this. But for now, this will do fine. Excellent. So once we're done constructing our gateway construction site over here, then these guys are going to also head over to Havensky. Cool. So that'll finish up basically now. There we go. And we do need 6,000 energy credits to make this happen. That's unsurprising. There we go. We also need a few alloys. 2,500. So we'll have enough to do that in just a couple months here. Our energy credit is just getting worse and worse, and that's because of the ships, of course. We are now up over our naval cap, although not by a huge amount. We do need to consider that we are currently over naval cap. To that end, I want to put in a starport here. And as far as these buildings here, I suppose we could put in a hydroponics bay. Yeah, we could do that. It will cost an energy credit, but in those locations, that should be fine. Making 14 food should be worth 1 energy credit, so that'll be okay. Energy credits from jobs is super important for obvious reasons. It's just getting worse and worse and worse all the time. It's wonderful. While we're working on it, the Heartsea habitat is now complete. We're going to go ahead and colonize that. There we go. And this guy, he's going to immediately... How much is a habitat? 1,500? Okay, we're going to hold off on that. Getting the L-Gate in Scott is actually more important right now, so we're going to go ahead and do that one. Not the L-Gate. The gateway over there is more important. So we're going to do that for the moment, but we're definitely going to want to put up more habitats. So that is going to be good. So, this tech world here. We can repair the research lab. Only one of them, but that's fine. Okay. What else do we have here? This tech world requires a job. For the time being, we're going to put in a generator district, since that's apparently what we need desperately. Cool.
Technology secured.
So there's our army health, and next we're going to go, I think, for... I would like to go for, like... We could go for edict duration, I suppose. That's okay. And we should probably grab capacity subsidies as soon as we can. Boom. So that will offset quite a lot of our energy credit crisis. Right there. Let's see what that does on the next month tick. Oh, we wanted to drop fleet supremacy. Yeah, we're going to be wildly over our empire sprawl until we can do that. For some reason, I was thinking we had already done it. But yeah, we're down to 23 now.
We grow
okay.
ever stronger.
We are still getting most of our energy credits from trade, but that's okay. Cool. So that got us close to offsetting. Actually, that did offset it on the second month tick. Good, 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 good. Cool. So this agro world here, we're going to put in an additional generator district. We need more of them. That's very clear. And we'll re-specialize these as we get additional habitats online. But for now, that will be quite necessary. We do need to drop our edict, fleet supremacy. Although, that empire sprawl isn't that bad. I mean, it's doubling our technology cost right now, but we could probably work up the bureaucratic centers. We would need a little time for that, and I'm not sure that that's time that I'm willing to put in at this moment. We're going to put in a generator district over here. Nanite actuators expired, and we need to re-up that. There we go. Perfect. So we'll drop fleet supremacy here in 10 months as soon as we can. This is definitely hobbling our tech, but it'll do for now. For this exact moment, anyway. This generator world here needs a planetary administration. We'll go ahead and put that in. It's not much of a generator world, rather. It's kind of mediocre, actually, with only 3 generator districts possible. But here we are. Okay. So we are, of course, getting this starhold over here, and we're going to get another starbase over here. Excellent. The Ruby Sufite is going to continue to reinforce, and we're expecting that to be maxed out fairly soon. Yeah, that's a bunch of destroyers there, and we do have all of our cruisers here now, so we need 12 total, and that's actually all of the destroyers. So all we need now is a Titan. Cool. Is this set up to take a Titan? Yes, it is. Excellent. So that's underway. And we're upgrading these anchorages over here. They'll get there eventually. We'll put in a pair of anchorages here, and that should probably be prioritized above upgrading to the Starhold. So we'll just do something like that. Excellent. We are nice and positive now in our energy credits. That's good to see. Not so positive in our tech for the moment. We'll get that fixed as soon as we can. Shouldn't be any problem there. And this is even with us being over naval cap by a bit. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. How much does it cost to build a Titan? That is something that we should probably figure out. Let's see here. The Titan costs $27.47. That's not too bad, actually. And we do need a Colossal Assembly Yards. We'll probably build that up in Wodriax. We'll need to replace our ice mining station to do it, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and get that going. And I believe next month tick we'll be able to get our Titan constructing over here, so that's wonderful. All of these fleets are going to be maxed out at about 70k for our current tech, but that will continue to improve. Okay, it wasn't that month tick, it'll be the next one. Got it. So right now, there we go. So that Titan is under construction. That's perfect. Pachantris has finished up. We're going to put in a pair of anchorages there and a naval logistics office. And as soon as the month tick comes in, we'll upgrade that to a Starhold. There we go. We just dipped into the negative on consumer goods. That's a little bit unfortunate. This generator here needs a specialist job. I believe technicians are specialists, aren't they? Nope, they are workers. Okay. Medical workers, however, are specialists. So we could upgrade our Cider Revitalization Center there. And that would do the trick. Cool. So that's underway. This mining world here requires a job, although it's kind of maxed out. We're going to put in an industrial district here. It's not exactly needed to be a mining world after all, so we're fine with that. We're probably going to look to put in a Ministry of Production fairly soon on there, but that will be just fine. This tech world here requires something. We're going to put in a generator district for right now, although it is our consumer goods that's beginning to drift away from us, and we do actually have enough to ditch the fleet supremacy. So there we go. That'll put us only to plus 8% tech cost. Fantastic. We instantly get three technologies. I like it. So we're going to go for, at this point, admin cap, and then we're going to go for advanced habitats, and then we're going to go, I think, for shield hit points. Cool. This Forge world requires a job. It's reasonably maxed out. And what do we want to do with that? Well, we'd like to make it a little bit bigger of a world, expanding the planetary sea. That would be nice. For sure. We are lacking a little bit in terms of the influence to do that. We'll have that here in one more month tick after this one. So maybe we want to do just that. Although that job did disappear. So for now, we're going to come back to it later. Sounds good to me. Now, these guys haven't declared war on us yet. We did get our fleet up to its max size, or close to its max size. It's not quite there yet. But I do want to continue to build our defense platforms on our border locations. That is still quite important to us, so we'll get a few of those queued up over here. We'll also get a few queued up over in this direction. I do want to get one more queued up here. And this over here is not a great defensive situation for us, right? It's mediocre at best, but it's okay. So we'll just have to wait on that. Our consumer goods are going to improve eventually. The question is when. For now, we're just going to put in a research lab here. Continue to ramp up our tech. After all, these guys are still overwhelming to us. But looking at their fleet strengths, it's not too bad. Like, that's a 10k fleet. That's a 120k fleet. which is a little bit frightening, but when you compare that to, like, what we've got defending this, that's broadly similar.
Technology secured.
So that's okay. Not too awful there. We're going to go, I think, for habitat worlds next. Get those top rank habitats. Our construction ships aren't really doing anything at this moment, and we should probably get to work on, well, that's a lot of influence. Actually, I'm going to disband one of our construction ships, and we'll keep just the other around. This colonization will finish up soon. Excellent. And we're planning on making this be trade. So that'll be good. Which is actually housing negative. Awkward. Okay. We'll keep that in mind for sure. The Topaz Suphite is allegedly at full strength. Hang on. Is this not... Ah, okay.
Port to call home.
So, this wasn't ever expanded out to the new 50 size. Cool. So we'll get that going, and we got our colony in Haven Sky. That's perfect. That'll be up over here. Yeah, the Hearthsea habitat. And we're going to immediately put in a gene clinic here. Perfect. Now, we're going to make this be a trade station. Just double checking. Yes, we're going to make this be a trade station. And we're going to be able to upgrade this to an advanced habitat eventually. Eventually. Not for a bit, though. We're going to need to build all of the districts here. And I mean, we could get away with doing that, like, right now. But I want to check here. At least at this point, we don't have access to constructing housing here. Which is a bit awkward, for sure. But we're going to put in Trade District, and that should be just fine. This Forge World here requires a job. That's easy enough. This Bureaucratic Center requires a job, and that's easy enough as well. We're actually going to upgrade the planetary capital there. This Forge World requires a job. I'd love to put in a Ministry of Production. We aren't large enough here yet for that, so we'll put in an Industrial District instead. Sounds good. Okay. I want to go back to building a few defense platforms. We're just going to build them up over here for now. And once we get these stations maxed out, we're not really expecting them to be capable of fully defending themselves, but they are expected to be able to hold the line until we can arrive through the gateway. Yes. Okay, so this is the Galactic Queptilian state. That's these guys up here. So I'm not surprised that war was declared on us. But they don't have borders. I was expecting it to be these guys to do the trick. Interesting. I mean, there's some territory over here, but there's no hyperlane connecting it. We'd have to jump drive. I mean, I think they have access... Yeah, they definitely have access through the Space Elf League. And we don't. Their borders are closed to us. Our borders are not closed to them. Interesting. I mean, we have borders, but no hyperlanes that connect us. We can't really fight them. We can only defend ourselves. Unless they have an L-gate. But if they do, we don't know about it. So this is all Galactic Queptilium state over here. We could technically move through the Kelazon Republic. Okay. I'm going to pull the Ruby Suphite over to here.
We grow ever stronger.
And for now, that's it. We'll see what they do. They may have access to the L cluster in their territory, or they may not. It's hard to say, but there's the gateway in the Scott system, so that's perfect. Our gateway network is now fully online, so no problem there. No problem whatsoever there, in fact. We're going to build another habitat here. Actually, we're lacking influence still. It's 150 for a habitat. That's right. Starbase upgrade cost, or this. We are technically in a defensive war right now. Ship fire rate increased by 15% for ships within our borders. We'll go for that. Cool. Now, we do need to continue to upgrade this over here. That's already queued, and that's already going. Okay. Nothing to be done over here just yet. We're only 8 off of our naval cap, so that's not a problem right now. And they are attacking in Wu. Okay. We'll let them. This is fine. They're going to take this, for sure.
Our port is under siege.
Yes, we want to extend our deal. And now they're just going to leave. Have they claimed this? No, they've not claimed this. Cool. So currently, there's just absolutely nothing going on here. We're not upset about any of this.
Research complete.
Okay. Well, with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, I wonder if we're going to be able to fully ignore this war. That'll be interesting, for sure. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. Admin cap and edict duration. Okay.